G'day guys, I'm David from Be Skilled Be Fit. Welcome to Masterclass Monday. We're going to do underarm throwing today. Come with me to the van and we'll go and grab some gear. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to jump in and grab some quick gear so we can start. Okay, now this is like our bag of toys in here. So you may not have all of this stuff at home. That's okay. We're going to see if we can find some stuff in here that you'll be able to use with all of our games, all of our drills at your place at home. So let me have a look and see. All right, so we're going to look at some target stuff. We're going to look at some tennis balls, things like that. You might not have tennis balls, so maybe, let me have a look. Hey, you might have some socks. So grab some socks. So I'm going to grab some socks. I need a couple of buckets, a couple of different size buckets, so we can chuck them in there. I want to grab a few tennis balls. Well, where are we going to go? Up here? Yep, okay, I'll grab a few tennis balls, a few of those. Now, if you don't have buckets like these ones, get your mum's washing bucket. There's always a chance you might have to fold it and empty it first, but let's grab the washing basket. You may also need to be able to grab your dad's bucket that he uses to wash the car. Maybe wash his car first and then you can grab the bucket. What else do we want in here? So some cones. I'm going to grab some cones just to put some markers out. You might not have cones. Most people don't have them just lying around, but do the dishwashing, grab the tea towels. Good idea, you can use those. And I'm going to grab myself a cricket stump. If you don't have one of those lying around, you could grab a stick and just stick it in the ground. There's lots of different things that you could come up with. All right, let's go and we'll get started. Okay, so while you're off grabbing the washing basket, grabbing some socks, grabbing some tea towels and things like that, I just grabbed a couple of other things from the van. So I've got a goal here and I've got a base that we can hold the goal just so it doesn't go anywhere, which is what we normally use when we run our programs in schools. So, but we know you guys, we're stuck at home, we're stuck indoors. We're going to make use of what we can find around home and still get these skills going for you. All right, so let me set these up and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay guys, hope you grabbed your stuff. While I was there, grabbed a drink bottle so I can have a drink as we go. And out of the recycling, I got a few different bottles. I put a bit of water in them if you couldn't find a ball, you couldn't find socks. You can use some old recycling bottles, put a bit of water in them, and we can throw those as well. I've also grabbed, while I was there, everyone's got a pile of odd socks, don't you? Yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. You can't find their friend. You're not allowed to wear them by themselves. You can't mix them up. Everybody has the same story. I grabbed some of our odd socks and we can use those as markers as well as our tea towels or our cones. We can use lots of stuff. You could use a stick from the garden. You could use a rock. If your dog's really good, you could get your dog to sit there. Anyway, let's go. We'll get started. Okay guys, so let's get started. Our key teaching points for our underarm throw is step, point, throw. They're the words that we like to use. We say them over and over and again, and it gets our mind thinking, gets our body set every time, so we get a great success rate. So how I want you to stand, grab a ball. We're going to start with a ball or your socks or your drink bottle, whatever it is that you're going to throw. I'm going to start feet together, hands by my side. My first thing that I'm going to do is step towards my target. Make sure my toe is pointing towards the target. Okay, so we're lined up, eyes are on the target, hands pointing towards the target. So we've got our step, we've got our point, we're down nice and low, and then we're going to throw. Okay, let's pick up something else. We'll go again. Remember, starting feet together, hands by our side. We're going to step, we're going to point, make sure we're down nice and low, and throw. Yes, good job. Okay, keep up with me here. Let's grab another one. Let's go to the water bottle. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so feet together, hands by my side. I'm going to step, going to point down nice and low, and throw. Yes, good job. They make a good sound if they hit. Now, what I want you to do now is think about feet together, hands by your side. When I'm throwing, we want to make sure that our arm is swinging through straight. Okay, if we start behind my back, the ball's going to go that way. If I start away from my body, the ball's going to go that direction. So what we want to do, start feet together, hands by my side. We want to step, we want to point, and make sure our arm is coming down nice and straight next to my knee, straight towards the target. Make sure that hand that lets go of the ball or the socks or the drink bottle finishes pointing at the target, and that's how we get great success. Okay, let's have another go. We'll go with the tennis ball. Okay, feet together, hands by our side. Now step, point, down nice and low, and throw. All right, what have we got left here? Let's go drink bottle again. All right, feet together, hands by our side. We're gonna step, we're gonna point. How are we going there? How are you guys going? How's your success going? Hope you haven't hit anything you shouldn't have hit. Okay, let's go again. Let's go the socks. They're nice and soft. Okay, step, point, and throw. Well done. All right, keep up. Good job. Keep going, guys. Let's go get the stuff, and then we'll reset and we'll go again. Okay, so I've grabbed all the stuff back, reset again, make sure you have a drink, and I've reset ready to go. Now, bear in mind at your house, you might not be able to go out on the front yard, you can't go to the park, you can't do things like that. Check with the adults at home, check with your parents. Can you do this in the garage? Can you do it on the driveway out the front? Make sure balls and things aren't going out in the street. Obviously, we want to be safe. Can you do it inside somewhere? Can you throw your socks? Can you go in the hallway? So there's lots of different options for you, as long as we're using some good safe stuff and some soft stuff that aren't going to make dirty marks and things like that. All right, now we've got our step point throw. We've done it fairly stationary. We want to make sure that we make this harder as we get better. All right, so let's go and we'll go the next step. Okay, so this time we've come back a little bit further. We've got a little bit of distance between us and the balls and the things that we're throwing. So this time, I want you to run down. So we're going to run down, pick up the ball. What are we going to do? Step, point, and throw. All right, let's run back again. Okay, I'm only going a little way so you can see me. Okay, we're going to run in again. Keep picking up. Step, point, throw. Make sure we stay down nice and low. Let's run back again. All right, in we come again. Step, make sure we stay nice and low. Remember, our arms got to swing straight. And we run back again. All right, in we come again. Okay, picking up the socks this time. Okay, step, point, make sure our arm is nice and straight. Running back again. Okay, in we come again. Step, point, throw. Okay, so each of the times we're doing this now, because we're running in, we've got to make sure we're getting balanced. Make sure we do our step, make sure we do our point, make sure we do our throw, make sure our arm's swinging through nice and straight. We want great success here. We want to hit the target lots and lots of times. All right, I'm going to go and grab the stuff, and then we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we're reset. So remember, whether you're in kindy, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, we want to make this age appropriate hard for you. So make your distances back from your target a bit further. So you don't want to be standing right on top of it. Make it achievable to start with. And then as you get better, as you get a greater success rate, move yourself back further from the target. We can start to run in as we just showed you then. So run in fast, make sure you pick it up. What are our 3 words? Didn't hear you, come on. Step, point, throw. You need to hear it all the time. Say it to yourself as you're doing it. Step, point, throw. It helps us get into the right body position, and it makes sure that we are balanced each time. So we've got a great chance of success of hitting the target. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to some few different other options that we've got. So remember, we're throwing the water bottle, we're throwing the socks, we're throwing the ball. I've got some buckets here. Remember the washing bucket that you stole from your mum? Well, you didn't really steal, you just borrowed it after you folded everything and put it all in everybody's bedrooms. So I've got the washing basket, a couple of hoops, I got a couple of my buckets that I found in the van that we got earlier. We're going to set them up as some different targets. So as well as wanting to get our technique right and to be able to throw accurately, we now want to also be able to throw different distances. So we need to learn to throw soft, we need to learn to throw hard, we need to learn all of those things and then put the whole lot together for great success. So I'm going to set up a few of these things and then we'll come back and we'll change up our drills that we're doing and we'll have a crack at that. So remember to keep grabbing a drink. Hopefully you're getting a little bit sweaty as we're moving around. We want you to be active, we want you to keep on moving and move fast, run in fast, do your step, point, throw. So I've set up a few more things here. So I've set up our buckets. I've set up a couple of hoops. You might not have hoops. I've set up some tea towels. I've just put them out on the ground. Maybe you could just put a bigger towel, something like that. And I've got the washing basket out there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to grab our targets. And we're going to try and throw our tennis balls, our socks, our drink bottles into the different objects out there. All right, so I might go, where's a good place for the socks to go? I reckon in the washing basket. So remember, we're going to start feet together, hands by our side. We're going to step, we're going to point, and we're going to throw the socks in the washing basket. Yes, good job. All right, about the drink bottle. Maybe the drink bottle goes in the bucket for the recycling. Okay, so remember, feet together, hands by our side. We're going to step, we're going to point, and oh, that's not so great. Come on, you're going to have to fix that one. Oh, hang on, here's one. I'll give it another crack. All right, feet together, hands by our side. We're going to step, we're going to point, and we throw. Yes, good shot. All right, now we've got the hoops out there as well. Could be tricky, but let's see if we can get the tennis ball to stop in there. So we're going to step, we're going to point, and we're going to throw. Okay, a little bit too hard there. So remember, if it's going past it, we're throwing a bit too hard. If it's coming this side, it's a little bit too soft. So we're going to now start throwing different strengths to make sure we get it in. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Okay, so now we've grabbed the stuff. I'm going to head back. Let's make it a little bit harder this time. Remember, recycling bottles, let's go in the buckets. Socks, go in the washing basket. And the tennis balls, we'll try and get them into the hoops or see if we can get them to stop on top of the tea towels. That'll be pretty tricky, but we'll give it a crack because it's worth trying. So, but what we're going to do this time is we're going to run in and we're going to do it. So we'll head back. Spread them out. Remember, we've got some different things here. Remember, we've got to pick them up and we're going to throw them into the correct buckets or into the onto the tea towel, into the hoops. All right, here we go. Remember, let's keep going as fast as we can. All right, socks first, in we come. Step, point, throw into the washing basket. Oh, that was too big. All right, let's go, recycling. Step, point, throw. Oh, okay, run back. In, let's try and get into the hoop. Step, point, throw. Okay, run back. All right, let's go the socks again. Step, point, throw. Okay, that's better. All right, in we come. Step, point, throw into the recycling. Oh, come on. Okay, in we come. Step, point, throw. All right, and as we keep going, we want you to do it fast. Remember our technique. Step, point, throw. As you're running in, make sure you get balance. Make sure you step, make sure you point, make sure your arm is swinging through straight. All right, we're going to change some things around again, and then we'll see you in a second. Okay, great job guys. I had lots of fun. I hope you learned some things. I hope you had lots of fun. Get you outside in the fresh air or just active inside if that's where you're going to be doing your stuff. So underarm throw, step, point, throw. Get to the point where it just becomes natural, and that's when we have our greatest chance of success. Now, a few different things for you to go on with. We want you to keep practicing this so you get better. We want to see this working out when we come back and see you face to face in the schools, which is what we really love doing. So set up the target, see if you can hit it 10 times in a row. If you don't get 10 in a row, if you get 8 and you miss, go back to 0 and try again, 10 in a row. Don't make it too easy. Don't make it so hard you can't do it, but give yourself a target to hit. Okay, set yourself a challenge and see if you can do that. If you got a brother or sister when you're running in to pick up the socks, the tennis ball, the drink bottle, whatever it may be, get them to chase you. And then it becomes like a game situation where you're under pressure, they're chasing you, and you've got to pick it up. Step point throw really quickly before they tip you. So that then it's like in a game situation, you've got to do it quickly, but we want great technique and good success. So good luck with it. Have heaps of fun, lots of practice. Don't get frustrated if you're not hitting the target every time to start with, but as you practice, you're going to get better at it. Remember, step point throw, say it to yourself, say it out loud. Make sure just before you finish, you pack up all your stuff. Make sure you put it back where it was, put your socks back where they are, put those odd socks back in their odd socks pot. Make sure your mum gets a washing basket back, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining in.